Week 5 of Monster Jam is ready to go in Tampa, Florida, as the home of the Buccaneers. Raymond James Stadium will host Stadium Championship Series West. This series is coming off of a fascinating week a little bit further south in Miami, Florida, where Tristan England in the JCB Digger'S took over the series lead by 14 points. This point series is so tight right now. It is so up in the air. Anyone can walk away with a tour championship in 2025, but right now it is in the hands of Tristan England. Will anyone be able to take it away from him, or will he continue his lead here in 2025? Find out next on Monster Jam. The time is now, Monster Jam fans. We're back with another commentary. Very excited to be here in Tampa, Florida. Always one of the most fun places to be in Monster Jam every single year. It is so close to the headquarters of Monster Jam. This is essentially Monster Jam's home event. It's a really big deal. Today we've got a new rule in Monster Jam, a new thing that is going to be taking place later on in the scored competitions. We'll get more on that later. But before we do that, we got to meet the 12 drivers who'll be driving here on Stadium Championship Series West in Tampa. Let's get into it, shall we? The driver first will be Kayla Blood in Sparkle Smash. She's had really terrible luck to start off 2025. The truck just keeps flipping and breaking. Matt Pagliarulo and Jester's been pretty consistent. Not a lot of truck problems, but nothing has really stood out on the Jester front here this season. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco's trademark, has been hitting the backflip to start off his freestyle runs. That's been really fun to see. He's even gotten a freestyle win on the season. Nick Pagliarulo's truck finally held together last week. The Kraken looked good, and he also looked good. Had a pretty good weekend in Miami. His brother, Michael Pagliarulo, picked up his first ever stadium freestyle last weekend in Miami. Has been looking good in that competition all year. Adam Anderson has not looked good in anything this season in Gravedigger. Still no competition wins, and he's 60 points out of first place. Zach Garner had a really good weekend in Miami. The truck finally worked for him. He said he'd been battling truck issues all year, but Miami, it finally clicked. Todd LeDuc in Megalodon is second in the points series right now entering the weekend. He has 2 skills wins and 2 freestyle wins. Bryce Kenny in Monster Mode has been a very consistent competitor, but last week fell off just a bit. He was in first place just 2 weeks ago, now has to climb back to the top. Cole Venard and Black Pearls looked really great, grabbed a racing win last weekend. He's now got a racing and freestyle win on the season. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger is in 4th place entering the week. He needs a very big week in Tampa if he wants to find himself back at the top of the points series. But this man, Tristan England, in the JCB Digger'S has looked so consistent, so good. He hasn't even been above and beyond. Nothing has looked super great for him this season, but he still finds himself in first. We are ready for the first bit of action today. It's the racing competition. Zach Garner and Wildside takes on Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. These are 2 world racing champions battling it out in Raymond James Stadium in round number 1. Pretty big race for Todd LeDuc here. He's in 2nd place on the points series, and Zach Garner, quite honestly, still has a chance, but he's going to need to have a pretty good event here today, and it looks like he's got a lead. It's a photo finish at the end. I think it might have been Megalodon, though. We'll find out next round. Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco now duels Matt Pagliarulo, Jester. This is a hometown show for the Pagliarulos. They are just a little down the road from Tampa, Florida, and Matt currently has a lead over Jamie Garner. Will he be able to hold it through the very end? It's a tough angle to tell as we come across the line. It's an El Toro Loco victory there. Jamie Garner grabs it. Now Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur takes on Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. This is a brother versus brother battle. Let's go, brother! Who's going to be the winner of this sibling pair? the first time they've gone head-to-head this year. I'm sure both of them want to win so badly. They've dreamed of this moment forever, and it's Michael who wins. Now Colvinard and Black Pearl will take on Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash, who's already a little crooked here in this race. Colvinard grabbed a racing win last weekend in Miami. He's been very good in this competition all year. You cannot give this man an edge. Caleb Blood's giving him one, and he is taking full advantage of it. She makes up some ground, though, and she wins the race. What happened to Colvinard? He looked so smooth, but down in round one he goes. We now go to round two. Zach Garner and Wildside did win that race in round number one as he takes on Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt. So points shifting around a little bit. Every competition counts, and Todd LeDuc losing some big ones here in racing today. Zach Garner, the defending racing champions, holding in pretty strong with Bryce Kenny, who will grab the win around the final turn. They jump at the same time. They cross at the same time. I think it was Monster Mutt, but I said that last time, and Wildside did get the win. Now Son of a Digger, Ryan Anderson takes on El Toro Loco, Armando Castro. Ryan Anderson's been the best racer on this tour. He won the last Sunday racing competition. He's got 4 on the year, and he's got a lead right now against Armando Castro. Armando looked good, but no match for Ryan Anderson here in round number 2. He needed some big points here in racing. He's going to need to get more in the next 2 competitions. Now Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur takes on your series leader, Tristan England in the JCB Diggatron. Tristan England is a World Finals racing champion in his own right, and this is arguably his most dominant competition over the last couple of years. Got a couple people standing up in our way, so we can't see very much. We'll get to see a good turn out of Michael Pagliarulo. Let's see how they do crossing the line. And Tristan England does get the win. He powers on to the semifinals. He had to come out around number 2 here and get it done. Now Adam Anderson and Gravedigger takes on Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. Adam, week 5, not a single competition win. Today, well, every day is a new day. When you drive a monster truck, you never know how you're going to feel. Adam's driven in Tampa many times before. He's taken on Caleb Blood here in the Sparkle Smash, so he might have an opportunity to get to the semifinals. But Caleb had a bit of an upset last round, beating Colvinard. Adam comes around the final turn, and he wins the race, so smooth. And Adam Anderson has not really looked smooth this year. So we go to the semifinals, and this is a heavy, heavy battle between Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger and Tristan England in the JCB Diggatron. So many points on the line here. Tristan's your series leader, and Ryan's fallen behind. Ryan Anderson right now has to win this race to keep himself right there. This is a really important race for Ryan Anderson, and you know he knows that. He has a lead right now going to the final turn. He loves racing in this building, and it's looking consistent today. And around the final turn, not even close. It is a win for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. He takes down Tristan England in the semifinals and will take on the winner of this race, Zach Garner and Wildside, or Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Both of these guys have no competition wins on the year. One of them will get to race in the final round against Ryan Anderson, the best racer on this series this year. And I don't think it's Zach Garner. It seems like he's got himself some troubles in that turn. So Adam Anderson, in the year of failures, has a success story. He's going to the final round against his brother. For the first time in 2025, they will meet. And it is Ryan Anderson versus Adam Anderson, Son of a Digger and Gravedigger. These two met so many times last year, and Adam has had no luck this season, and he's already got some bad luck in this final round. Ryan has 4 racing wins on the year, and he has been untouchable today. And right now, Adam is not even close. Adam Anderson had a good night going, but he ran into the buzzsaw that is Ryan Anderson, who picks up 5th racing win of the year. And he is gonged right away with 2 racing wins in a row now, and a very, very good season in the racing competition for Ryan Anderson. That brings him closer to the points. He needed that very badly. Todd LeDuc in Megalodon starts us off in the skills challenge. He's been very good in this competition all year, does a bicycle. So again, there was a new thing being implemented in Monster Jam just in this event, only this weekend in Tampa. We'll talk about it here after this run, as I will give Megalodon a 7.9 for that run. I will give my score, and then the score for the actual driver at the end of the competition as Matt Pagliulo and Jester comes out. They're not giving me any time to explain it, so we're going to pause it right here. So Monster Jam in Tampa is doing a new thing, testing out a new thing, where there is an expert judge behind the scenes, anonymous, an expert judge who is going to give their score, and we will combine that score with the fan score. It's an average of the two to give the actual score for the driver. They're doing this to make scores much more fair, which I think is an amazing thing with how terrible scores have been for years. It was only a matter of time before something like this should have happened, and I'm glad they are finally pulling the trigger on it. It's just in testing. It's not something that's going to happen at every event yet. Hopefully it will in the future. So Jester, I paused it and apparently shut his truck off. Too bad. Here's Nick Pagliulo in Kraken. So these scores that I will read out at the end of the competition are not just fan scores. The fan score matched with that judge's score. So very, very exciting. And again, it is only in Tampa. They didn't do it in Houston. Kraken on the sidewalls. Nice. Very good run. I will give that an 8.1. The Black Pearl is doing a popper. Couldn't really see it, but he did it. Colvinard. Now going to do a bicycle. Nice on the sidewalls. He overcooked it, and now he's flipped it. Too bad. That is a 7.4 for me. Here's Monster Meat, Bryce Kenny. Bryce Kenny needs a big week. He was really consistent to start the year. Last week, you could tell, I don't know what happened. He almost felt like the nerves kind of crept in. He realizes he's got himself a good shot at winning a series, and he's never been in that position before, so he's going to need to settle himself down and really lock in the rest of the way. Bryce doing that popper, the tombstone off the backflip ramp. He gets it dancing. Solid overall. I would go with an 8.8 for that. I'd put him in first. Here's El Toro Loco. Jamie Garner did not have a good reverse popper there. Too bad for Jamie. I felt like he could have done a little bit better. He likes to do those moves, but didn't really execute it. Now going for the log for a sky wheelie. Very nice. And that is a 6.5. Decent for El Toro Loco. Not great. Here's Excalibur. This is Michael Pagliulo. Does a good bicycle. Very cool. He tries a stoppie. He hasn't really had a ton of success in this competition yet, but, I mean, he is certainly looking more and more refined by the week. This is week 5, and he has really come into his own 5 weeks into the season. Good little moonwalk. You know what? I'll give that an 8.1. Good job out of Excalibur. Here's Sparkle Smash. Kayla Blood. Another one with no competition wins on the season, and this competition has been up and down for her. She's had a couple really cool moves, a couple real bummers. Got 2 pretty good ones here today, though. Executed these both. The first one was decent, but this one a lot better. Trying to keep it under control. That's something she's always struggled with, but she's now dancing it. Very good. And that was a solid 2 moves altogether. I wouldn't put that in first, though. I'd give it an 8.75, right below Bryce Kenny. But Tristan England, who is a skills man in the JCB Diggertron, now runs here in Tampa. This guy is the best at it. He is putting his steering wheel out the window. Nobody has more control of a monster truck on the front 2 wheels than Tristan England, and that is a simple fact. He combos it back, but unfortunately had a little too much speed, and it set him down too fast. So Tristan's first move is already in the books. He's going to need to have a bit of a better one here on move number 2. Maybe a nose pick attempt. Yes, sir! That is awesome! You want to know how to do something cool in skills? Tristan England just showed you. Awesome move. I'd reward him with a 9.15 for that run. As Zach Garner and Wildside tries the tombstone. Gonna be tough to take down Tristan England and his 3 skills wins on the year. Zach Garner doesn't have a single one, and Tristan just wowed these fans here today. Wildside walking her all the way down. This is smooth. All right. I mean, could have walked it a little bit further or done a little bit more with it. Now he's going to do a bicycle. Stops it. Totally. All right. 8.5. Now Adam Anderson in Grave Digger. He's coming out late in this competition for the first time in what feels like the entire year. Walks a nice slap wheelie and a combo slap wheelie. Very good. Oh, yeah, Adam! Heck yeah, baby! Finally, Adam Anderson doing something good. Now he's on the sidewalls. Adam! I'm giving him the lead at a 9.25 for the creativity. As Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger fails a bicycle on his first move. He's going to need a big one on move number 2. She's tipping. Yeah, nice. All right, that was a good move altogether, but you can't give much of a reward for that. So I would give Gravedigger the win, and I hope the fans did too. That would be his first competition win of the season. We're about to find out right now. They didn't! Oh, man! So the scores on the website only show the total score, which is the average between the professional judge and the fan score. So they gave it to Tristan England and the JCV Diggertron with that 9.460. I can't totally disagree. It was really good, but I liked Adam's move. That was awesome. Both were wow moments. Both were great, but I wanted to give Adam a win. Adam did get second, though, which I'm happy with. I'm glad that Adam was able to grab something. I mean, he's so far 2 points out of the top. He probably is in first right now. Yeah, Ryan Anderson finished in 10th, so he lost all points he got in racing. So Adam Anderson right now is leading the overall entering freestyle, which is quite amazing. I really would love to see an Adam Anderson win here today. If he could do that, I would be pumped. Let's get into that freestyle competition right now because I am so excited. The points are going to be crazy. So we will start off freestyle with your current overall leader right now. That's Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. He's coming out here because of those continuous failures he's had in this competition this season. Adam Anderson has had no luck in 2025, but today things have turned around for him. He made it to the finals in racing, finished in second in skills. Right now, he has 22 points on the day, and a pretty good, big freestyle number will probably win him the overall event championship. Tampa is the house that Dennis Anderson built, his father, so you know the fans are going to be loving Adam no matter what he does on this floor. I feel very good about the chances of Adam finally getting not only a competition win, maybe, but that overall big jump there. I don't know about the freestyle win, and it would be really funny if Adam won an overall event championship before he won a single competition in 2025. And you know what? That's just the way this year's gone for him. And this freestyle run, you can kind of see the shades of what has kind of plagued him this season, that he's holding it back because he needs to have a good run. Adam needs to fill the clock. He needs to feel good about something. And if he can really do what he's doing right now and fill the clock with it, I'm sure he will be kind of taking that monkey off of his back. And it would feel so good for him. Solid overall. I mean, this is about as good of a run you could put together by holding back as much as Adam is right now. He is not keeping that pace up. He's not risking too much, but he is still doing nice stuff like that. Big leaps, nice combos, keeping the truck controlled. Adam is really figuring it out here today. Thankfully, it's a brand new chassis for him, which a lot of people forgot. Ray Villarreal, the host for this tour, reminded me, he's like, man, Adam's in a brand new chassis this year. He's still figuring that thing out, which is something I've kind of overlooked a lot this season. And that's definitely shown in a lot of what we've seen out of Adam. Just a lot of growing pains in this truck. It always seems to happen, but he is kind of seeming to figure it out here. He just bent a tie rod on the back end. Hopefully nobody saw that. They didn't, so he goes to the 8-pack. He lands it. There we go, and he's keeping going. Thankfully, I don't think anyone saw it, and his time is up anyway. So a pretty good run from Adam Anderson altogether, and I'm going to give it a 9.15. Finally, Adam Anderson having a good day. We need to all give a round of applause because that man has worked tirelessly to finally have a good competition and event. And today was the best event Adam Anderson's thrown out there of the year. Hopefully it can only go up from here. Matt Pagliarulo and Jester will be our second freestyler out, and Adam Anderson set a pretty good bar. Beatable bar, but a pretty good one, and I think Adam could feel pretty good about his overall event chances right now. Tristan England obviously is an important one to keep an eye on because Tristan finished in the semifinals in racing and did win skills, beating Adam by 1 point. Nice leap from Jester. Kind of got himself in an awkward spot there next to that 8-pack. Has to back it up. That's going to cost him time. Back in the day, used to get points deducted for that. Not anymore, though. I really love the fact that Monster Jam's doing that expert judge, because it's somebody who knows what they're doing. They're going to be able to give an accurate score, and we can actually have a really fair competition. And I think that helps. I mean, especially when you're averaging the two scores, you know, you get two numbers. Let's say the fans give someone a 9.8, which is ridiculous, and the expert judge gives it a proper score of like a 7.8. Well, it's going to prevent them from winning that competition. And I firmly believe that that is something that needs to be implemented in every single Monster Jam series right now. Jester's implementing some big air, and it's flipping him over to a save, but his demise. His run will be over. He bent a 4-link bar pretty badly. So that'll do it for Jester. I'll give him a 6.6 as Bryce Kenny in the Monster Mutt will take the dog out for a walk here in Tampa. Got those ears flapping around in the breeze. Bryce Kenny has 2 competition wins on the year, 1 in skills, 1 in freestyle. We're seeing a very different Bryce Kenny in 2025 than we did last year. Not a worse driver, but there's definitely been a stark difference in the approach in the way Bryce is driving. Last year, we saw a Bryce Kenny that was unhinged, doing crazy moves, because from the beginning of the series, he was totally out of it. Bryce had no chance at winning that point series last year, so he just decided to go for broke every weekend. Well, now he's finding himself in a spot that he can win this points tour, but he has to be pretty much the same way he was last year. Oh no! He saved it, but he broke that 4-link bar totally. Too bad. So his run's going to be over with a crazy save too. Back-to-back runs ending it pretty much the same way as Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur freestyles next. He's got a freestyle win on the season. I would give Bryce Kenny a 6.4 for that. So again, the driving has been good, but small little mistakes because he's trying to be too perfect, trying to maximize his points, are actually hurting him. I think Bryce would do a little bit better if he cared less about the points right now. I have to imagine that's in the back of his mind. But this guy is one who doesn't care about the points. He is so far out, it doesn't matter. He never cared once about the points. Excalibur is here to drive as hard as possible, and Michael Pagliarulo has done just that this entire season, and it's rewarded him. He's got a freestyle win, came last weekend in Miami, the first of his career. This kid's got a bright future. Already, in my opinion, not even close, the best of the Pagliarulos. I mean, he has been the most entertaining. This truck is built like a tank. It has had really no problems all year, so it's probably the most well-built Pagliarulo truck, but he's also driving it harder than Matt and Nick together. Nice air. I mean, he is fearless. Out of the 3 of them, it is unbelievable what Michael Pagliarulo can do. He is so consistent in every freestyle competition. Now he goes for the backflip. There's the backflip. Nicely landed. It looked like the truck shut off, which is very strange. So that's... Oh, they're letting him keep going. Very nice. He's going to keep going here with the body falling apart. And now he's going to try and finish off his run with a bang. He turns around. He's going to line up for some big air. Will it look great? Yes, it does, because Excalibur is soaring in Tampa, comboing it up too. This is going to be close to Adam, I'll tell you what. They shut him off for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. So never mind. Here comes Colvin Hart and Black Pearl. I'm going to give Michael Pagliarulo a 9.05. A full 1/10 of a point behind Adam Anderson. But that kid's good. He can freestyle. Colvin Hart can also freestyle. He's got a freestyle win on the season, and he's in the building in which he debuted this truck 7 years ago. 2018, he debuted Black Pearl right here at Raymond James Stadium. The fans loved it, and then the next week in Orlando, he went crazy. I was fortunate enough to be in attendance for that insane event. It was a very fun time. And Cole is really having a good season this year, and this is the kind of thing I was talking about in the last 2 runs. Colvin Hart doesn't give a damn about the points. He is just out here to really, really drive hard in freestyle and just drive it on the ragged edge, and we're seeing that. He is just fully sending it on every single jump. He doesn't care if he flips, he doesn't care if he breaks. He never cared about that. He wants to put on the best show for the fans, and that's what we've seen in 2025 from Colvin Hart. He has easily been in the top 3 most entertaining freestylers on this tour, if not number 1. It's very possible that if I were to really break it down, that Colvin Hart has been the most entertaining guy to watch this year in this competition on this particular tour. It's been so consistent. And on a day like today, right now the door's open for him to get a pretty good number. This is on par with what Adam Anderson did, and you know he'd love to take Adam out of that top spot. Oh, it sounded like the truck, the motor popped or something. I don't know what happened there. Normally the truck does that if it was shut off by the tech officials, but it was not. So, I don't know. That's the end of the run for Colvin Hart, so too bad. I only got to give him a 6.7 for that. Nothing great, as Kraken is now freestyling. Last week the truck held together very well, and he was able to grab himself a couple really good wow moments on the weekend. He looks like he's got a sway bar issue. Nice jump. That truck leaning to the right side a little bit is a little problematic. Could flip him over in a turn like that if he's not careful. When this truck works, man, Nick Pagliarulo can really go out there and rip it up. I mean, he is not afraid to go big. He's not afraid to send it. was once considered one of the top young stars in the sport, flying it across the track here in Tampa. The truck problems have been the biggest issue for Nick Pagliarulo the last few seasons. This truck is just determined to break, and now it's determined to fly right in to the Black Pearl truck, so his run is over. And here's Megalodon on top of Duke. So it's been a really interesting competition so far. A lot of early endings. Not a bad one. I mean, it's definitely not terrible. We've had a lot of early finishes, so a guy like Tyler Duke right now, who needs the points, very, very badly needs the points, has the ability to come out here and grab a big number, and I think we're going to see Tyler Duke try and do that here. I mean, Tyler Duke, second place on the series entering the day. I never thought Tyler Duke would have a chance at winning this series, but right now, it is in the world of possibility. I don't think it's going to happen with the way Tyler Duke has been driving, because he's not showing any sense of change in the way he's driving. He is still not driving hard at all. Tyler Duke is babying that shark. This is the baby shark every week. Yeah, racing and skills have been good, but when it comes to freestyle, Tyler Duke is putting on a snore fest. Let's see if he can land a backflip. He does, so that's good. Tyler's had his issues with backflips in the past, not today. And now I'd like to see Todd pick it up a little bit. I mean, we have had no Leduc leaps this year, and now we have a Leduc barrel roll, maybe? Oh no, the truck just did not settle there. That's too bad. I mean, that's a 7. Probably better than some of the rest of the score, but still not a good run. Here's Sparkle Smash, Caleb Blood, and as we are now continuing down the path as we have in 2025 of pretty bad shows, I mean, it's just not looking great this year. So Caleb Blood right now in Sparkle Smash, window of opportunity, pretty big to win freestyle, just saying. I'm getting a little warm in here. Wasn't really anticipating sweating today, but the weather has got a little bit warmer in Arizona, so it's about 80 degrees outside, which I'm not used to at this point. I'm wearing long pants. See? Wearing long pants, but I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna have to take the socks off here because we're getting a little sweaty, and I don't like to be totally sweating on camera, especially now. Big air. Especially now that I got a face cam, I can't just be doing what I used to do. I used to just take my shirt off when I'd be getting hot. I can't do that anymore. That's out of my realm of possibility. So now I've got to try and find ways to keep myself cool. Sparkle Smash is having a pretty good run. I would say right now this is pretty on par with what Adam Anderson and Michael Pagliarulo did. If she can finish things strong, she might take a lead. We'll find out. Here she heads, backflipping. Let's see it. She gets so much air on the backflip, and it just demolishes the truck every time. Ugh. Well, thankfully the professional judge will probably help lower that score as Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger comes out. I would give that an 8.9. That wasn't bad. It was not the best, though. So Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger now has a chance to make up all the points he lost in skills, but Ryan has not been good in this competition this year. We've seen so many drivers on this tour just babying it because they know that the points are so important. They don't want to risk breaking. They don't want to risk the early flipovers. They don't want to risk losing out on those points. Well, guess what? Them babying it has cost them more than them driving hard. Ryan, you can kind of see stepping up the pace a little bit here, because honestly, if you're going to baby it and then flip over a minute in, well, your score's going to suck. Wouldn't you rather go out there and go hard for a minute and get a better number? And I think Ryan Anderson, you can kind of tell, a little bit harder driving today. Not super hard. I mean, this is definitely not the Ryan Anderson I'd like to see, but it's not bad, which Ryan has been all year. It's been underwhelming in the Son of a Digger department. Very nice air. Ryan has a really good chance to get right back in it, especially with the way the points are right now. But he's going to need a big weekend here. I mean, he's in 4th place entering the weekend. This is about the time of year last year where Ryan was out of it points-wise. He was about 3rd or 4th, and then he finally picked it up and had a really nice rest of the year. Really went full bore from about mid-February on, and that's right about where we are right now. This is the time where Ryan needs to turn things around if he wants to win this series. The door is very much open. Tristan England is not running away with it by any means. He's going to take his crack at the backflip ring. Very nice, and a little moonwalk. Doesn't have much time left, though. He's going to need to go strong. I haven't seen enough to really separate him and his brother Adam, but that's insane air. Oh, my goodness. The hang time from Ryan Anderson. Now he's just going to throw it on the sidewalls. And this is where Ryan Anderson just does his best work. Unreal sidewall save. And that is the Ryan Anderson I've been missing. Where has that man been the last few years? He's been in hibernation, and he finally has come back, and I am thrilled to see that. Let's watch that one more time. I don't know how many revolutions it was, but it was quite a few. Probably the most we've seen this year. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. A 4-revolution sidewall, the best one of the most of the year. Jim Kohler had the lead at 3 before this, and Ryan Anderson decided he was going to take charge. That's a 9.35. Finally a wow moment, everybody. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Here's Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. So Ryan Anderson's got to be feeling great. Had an exclamation point of a freestyle there. That was probably one of the best freestyle runs of the year so far. Probably number 1 or number 2 in this disappointing season of freestyle. Ryan Anderson finally just had a exciting ending to a run, which has barely happened this year, maybe once or twice. So, a nice change of pace here today in Tampa. Especially in a competition that's been so bad. You can call those sidewall donuts at that point. Once you reach 4 revolutions, that's a donut. And it's pretty darn cool to see Ryan Anderson do that. He used to do it all the time. I mean, that's Ryan Anderson's bread and butter. Once I saw him get on the sidewalls, I was like, he's gonna save it. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take. Because Ryan doesn't miss those. Once Ryan gets it on the sidewalls, Ryan saves it. As long as he can properly pop it onto the sidewalls, he oftentimes will just overdo it or underdo it. And you can kind of see in Jamie Garner's freestyle right now that sense of like, well, how the heck am I going to follow that? I have to come out here and do the best I can. And the fans are looking like they're lulled to asleep. I mean, the Ryan Anderson brought them to their feet, and now Jamie Garner's got them falling asleep here. Making his way over to the backflip. There's a backflip. Nice. All right. Well, time's a wasted here, Jamie, but he's going to back her up to the side of the backflip so that he can get as much run-up as possible and then go soft on the ramp. Why did you back up if you were just going to pull back? Well, that's disappointing. That's a 7.5 freestyle. I'm actually upset about the way that ended. Here's Zach Garner in Wild Side, Jamie Garner's son. He is ready to get crack-a-lackin' here in Tampa. He had 2 amazing freestyles last week in Miami. The Sunday one, he had his truck broke a little early on him, and so he got shut down early. But he said it on his Instagram story this week that the truck finally, or on his Instagram, he made a post saying that the truck was finally dialed in last week, and now it is ready to go here in Tampa. He feels like the truck is finally working right. Everything seems to be sorted out. And it showed in Miami. I mean, he was looking like a different man in that truck, which was great to see. Big air, and that's what we saw all week in Miami. Just the leaps were amazing out of Zach Garner. Another nice bit of air, and that's where Zach Garner's going to make his points, is getting that huge air. And that's why I've said before, I think we'll see a Zach Garner freestyle win at some point this season because of the air he can get. The backflip is a good one. Almost flipped him over, but it kept him going. He is not going to slow down when he hits that ramp like his father. My goodness, Zach Garner did not care about how quickly he was going. He wanted to hit that as hard as he possibly could. And now more big air. Zach Garner is awesome in this competition. Just an unreal freestyler when this truck is working and holding together. I mean, the truck looks no worse for the wear, and he is putting a beat down on it. The nose pick to end the run, too. Very good. That is a 9.275. Not enough to be your leader, in my opinion, but a very good run. Here's the JCB Diggatron, Tristan England. I don't know where Tristan's coming out in the field right now, but I'm pretty sure it is either last or second to last. Last. The final freestyler here today. He doesn't have a freestyle win on the ledger this season. The man in first place, well, that I have in first place right now, Ryan Anderson, doesn't have one either. As Tristan does a nice little combo move, but somebody decided they wanted to leave the event early. Tristan right now, a good chance for an overall event championship, but he's probably going to need a place over Adam Anderson. And he also wants to keep himself atop the point standings right now, so he's going to need a good run. The problem is, because of that, Tristan is just taking it so easy in freestyle. We are not seeing any sense of anything. I mean, the excitement in these runs is just not there. You could tell he is just points farming at this point, which is good in the end if it works and it gets you a series championship, but if it doesn't, then it just kind of makes it look like you're top of Duke out there. Nobody wants that in the year 2025. The backflip. Nice moonwalk. Perfect. That's probably the best one we've seen this year. Actually, no, the one he did last week was even better in Miami. That was an amazing moonwalk. He had all the room to walk it this way, though. He does not have any room. Oh, no. And he is totally flipped over. And that's going to have to be a 7.9. I mean, I can't do much about that. So I think Ryan Anderson's your freestyle winner here. Let's take a look at the scores, and yes, he was. He got a 9.482, so the fans and that expert judge rewarded Ryan Anderson, and he picks up freestyle win number 1 of the season, his first competition win outside of racing on the entire year. He had 5 racing wins, that was it. Nothing in skills, nothing in freestyle. Today, he makes his mark and grabs that freestyle win that's been eluding him with a very good one. I mean, that was probably the best freestyle of the year, if not number 2. Very, very nice to see. Let's find out who won the overall, because looking at the freestyle scores right now, I'm pretty sure it's Adam Anderson, and that's going to make me so happy. And it is Adam Anderson, and Gravedigger is off the schneid. He's got himself an overall event championship with 33 points. Heck yeah, Adam. While he has no chance of winning that series championship right now, every little bit is going to make Adam happy. Not a single competition win on the entire season yet, but through 4 weeks and now half of a weekend, he has his first overall event championship. Very happy for Adam Anderson. And Tristan England did finish in second with 31. So Tristan's lead grows. He put precisely 21 points on Todd LeDuc and 4 more on Ryan Anderson, as well as 10 more on Bryce Kenny. So while Adam Anderson did win that overall, Tristan England's lead is getting bigger. That's something that's going to be fascinating as we get into the Sunday event. For now, though, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment on what you thought. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you in the next one.